Good morning, welcome to Birmingham New Street station. My name's Stuart Williams, I'm the Vice Chair of the Great Lot of Trains of Wales, and today I'm representing Wales on Rails, which is the collaboration between the 12 Great Lot of Trains of Wales and community rail partnerships. We're in Birmingham New Street today because it's Community Rail Week, and that's a celebration of community rail and how railways fit into their communities across the whole of the UK. But we're specifically looking at the Welsh railways. And today I am delighted that we are joined by Richard Whiting, who is the Community Rail Officer from the Heart of Wales line, which is this one by year. It goes from Shrewsbury to Llanelli officially. Welcome to Birmingham, Richard.
Thank you very much, Stuart. It's great to be here, my hometown,
Right.
original hometown. Here to talk about the Wales on Rails project, which our community rail partnership's been really pleased to be involved in. It unites all these heritage railways, which are a real asset to Wales, with the national network the Heart of Wales line is part of, and the bus network as well, and shows you how you can get a real fantastic journey out, a day out, a week out even, through Wales, connecting all these different travel assets that we have.
So Wales on Rails is a new concept we sort of launched at the start of the year. We were there at the start of this.
Yeah.
It's the first time that something pan-Wales has kind of worked together coherently in such a big way. I mean, there was Scenic Wales before this, but this is much more joined up with the obviously the fantastic heritage railways.
Yeah.
I am biased. And the bus networks, the main bus network, the T networks. So you can see you can get around Wales quite well. But Heart of Wales line, personally, very fond of it. Just explain a little bit about where it goes from and to and what you can see along the line and your USP, which is...
Okay, I mean, I count it very much as a unique line, both across Wales and across the UK. We start in Shrewsbury and the Shropshire Hills, which are a particularly beautiful part of the world, Church Stretton, Craven Arms, then come down through Powys, which is where I'm living now, and I find a particularly unique part of the world, very unique scenery, including the Radnorshire Forest. Then across Sugarloaf and into Carmarthenshire, where you have the Towie Valley taking you through some particularly beautiful towns such as Llandovery and Llandilo, and then down to Llanelli where you join the Locher Estuary, and then the service will take you through into Swansea as well. So a real combination of scenery and a real transition as you travel down or even back up the line to see those different landscapes and those different attractive towns and attractive remote and isolated locations.
So from a railway point of view on here, I would say that the Heart of Wales line is unique because it's got, shall we say, an old-fashioned branch line feel to it, because it is, I'm not going to say slow, it's a gentle trip, isn't it? Whereas everybody else is all fast-paced and everything. Heart of Wales line, from a railway point of view, is a stunning trip. And you've centred on that with the Heart of Wales Trail, which sort of launched over the last few years, and promoting much more of the leisure travel on that line. You want to talk a little bit about how
award-winning Heart of Wales line trail? Yeah. So and justifiably, you know, this was created before I joined the partnership, but it's a walking trail that can take you all the way from Craven Arms here to Llanelli. It's about 120, 130 miles, depending. Which there are slight adjustments to the route.
How long does it take you?
Unfortunately, I haven't found time to do it just yet, although I have done parts of it, and it is very beautiful. As you say, the line itself is about enjoying the scenery and all those things I've just described about the different scenery that you travel through. The trail is probably an even better way of doing that, and it really captures what's the essence of the line. It can bring you to remote or town-based locations which have their own character, have their own attractions, and really can bring you away into a different part of the country to see different things and beautiful things.
And this, although it's very rural, and I know it very well because I travel it not often, but I've been on it many times. This week I've been particularly impressed with the way you've been working with some communities in the south, in the conurbations, the Swansea, and getting them up into rural Wales, which they've probably never been to before. So who have you been working with this week?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this project. It's a way, and as Stuart said, it's Community Rail Week, and it's been a real example of benefiting a community of visitors, in this case from Swansea, who were from the Chinese autistic community. And specifically we took the carers out this time, so that was people who care for generally children who have autism. And we took them out to a part of Wales they hadn't explored before. It was just over an hour up to Llandovery. They loved it. They really had a benefit from it. The feedback afterwards was how relaxed they felt as a result of having time to themselves, some time on the train to chat with their friends and the people that were there, and then to go and see a different place, see a museum, see a castle, have a little bit of a bite to eat, and then travel back in time to pick their children up from school. We have other groups that we work with as well. We've worked with some Forces veterans in Ammanford and did a similar thing with them to Llanwrtyd, which is another particularly beautiful and unique part of the line. And we have plans this Friday to go out with, and we've taken them out before actually, another group from Swansea, which is Action for Elders, who work with, I believe it's over 50s, but I think the group coming out with us this week are over 60s. And we're taking the line to Llandrindod to see some of the sites there and do some of the things there. I am very keen to work with groups all the way up the line, all the way up to Shrewsbury. It just so happened that my contacts book exploded when we got in touch with the Swansea end, and it's really exciting that we've been able to do that straight away. But just to reassure anyone that's listening in groups all the way along the line, I'll be coming to you soon and seeing how we can help you do something similar, and perhaps go back to places further down south on the line and see those. And these visits benefit the communities. For instance, the museum in Llandovery, which relies on donations, and the hotel in Llandovery that provided the food, and that's the benefit that the visitors bring to the communities that we're visiting. So it's a two-way community benefit to the visitors and those being visited.
I mean, if you look at Llandovery as an example, that town is built on the railway.
Yeah.
It changed when the railway arrived, and with the market and everything else. So a lot of these communities along the line were built on the back of being connected by the rail, and it's amazing that it didn't get chopped in the beaching, and thank God it didn't. So looking at the future for the Heart of Wales, you've got some exciting developments with rolling stock.
We have
changes in that, and you've been up to Scotland and looking at tartan seat covers.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, perhaps I'll deal with the heritage part first.
Okay,
No, that's fine. So, I haven't been in the job so long, it's coming up to a year, but I've already spoken to so many people who have a connection with the line, either through families working with it or just loving the line, and through it being part of their community. And you still see some instances of buildings that were built for the railway, and exactly as Stuart says, these towns came about through, or certainly grew from being railway towns. So that part, that heritage part, is something we'll be looking to develop on, because it's a real draw as well. Some visitors that come to the line are railway enthusiasts who want to see this token system in operation, and I won't kind of go through all the details of that, but it's a bit of an old school way of working, but people love to see it. So in terms of the future and the mention you give of rolling stock, so again, we've talked about walking along the line. Cycling is a huge growth opportunity for this part of the world, and for generally lots of Wales as well. But we're looking with Transport for Wales as how we can develop the rolling stock to be able to cater for more bikes, make it easier for you to reserve your bike on a train, and basically for you to be able to take your bike from one particular station on the line, take it to another, go and do what you do, whether that's off-road mountain biking in Hopton Heath or something a bit more pedestrian on the coastal path down in Llanelli. So opportunity, or whether you want to just go and independently go and ride the roads, which is more of what I'll do. So we're hoping something will happen in 2023. There are no guarantees or fixed timescale yet, but we're working very closely with Transport for Wales to try and make that happen. Great.
Well, I think that sums up the uniqueness of the Heart of Wales line, not the uniqueness of the commuter rail officer, but say that. It's a fantastic line. I do recommend that. Take a day and have a trip, and come and see us at Birmingham New Street today. We're here all day. Come and walk into Rich, because he knows every little step, honestly.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thanks, man.